Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Kishore, welcome you to this one-on-one session organized by KingMakers IAS Academy. And my name is S.S.
Uh,
Jawahar. I belong to IAS and I retired as a principal secretary to the government of Tamil Nadu. I think for 12 years I've been doing this one-on-one. This is basically intended to enhance the confidence of the individual person. However, because the interview is totally different pattern, which we should understand. It's one-on-one, we'll do that. Number one, first I'll start with DAP. I'll just have some questions on the DAP. But don't worry, you can whatever you know we can discuss. I'll try to, as and when the answer is given, I'll intervene and give how it can be refined. That's most important in one-on-one. I'll try to give you some ideas that it
yes,
will be
sir.
helpful to you, I think. And then next we'll go for a current affairs analysis. Just few current affairs analysis. That will give you an idea as to what type of question can
Sure.
be asked, how we can go about answering them. Right. Then the third will be your questions, whatever questions you want, you can ask me. Right. Then I'll give a short feedback.
Sure.
Then you will give a feedback on the program. This is the structure. Can we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Kishore, kindly introduce yourself to the panel members.
Sir, my name is Abhishek Abhay OZARDE. I come from a city known as Vai in Satara district of state Maharashtra.
Yes.
I have completed my BTech in mechanical engineering, and post that I have completed MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore.
Okay.
After that, I have worked for 3 years in Samsung Electronics as area business manager.
Okay.
And in 2023 attempt, I have been selected as Indian Revenue Service Officer in custom and indirect taxes. And currently, I'm undergoing training. And this
You
is
are
my
in
fifth attempt.
Yeah. Where are you undergoing training now?
Sir, actually, I have taken extraordinary leave for 1 year to prepare for this attempt.
Very
And
good.
I'll be joining in Nasin Academy, Pal Samudram, Andhra Pradesh, on
Right.
15th of December.
Very fine. So now the issue before us is that you are not a regular candidate.
Yes, sir.
Your aspiration only for two IAS and IPS.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
And foreign service also, sir.
Foreign,
Three.
but basically our idea is to get into IAS.
Yes, sir.
But you don't
IAS
reveal
only.
that. We don't reveal that. If somebody asks it, sir, why you are already in a comfortable service? What makes you to opt for other services? Only there are three. Why? So that's a very important question. Please take down a piece of paper and you note down. Right? Not here now. Not now. After you can make it anything now. After the interview is over, now one-on-one is over. You take them right. Then you note down. Then only you will understand in a formally what you can speak, informally what you can speak. So informal anything, but in a
Yes.
formal interview, then you try to avoid those words. You cut them down. Then the answers become from
Yes.
1.5 page to just say about half a page in a refined manner. Then in an interview,
Yes.
you often tell them, it becomes very casual for you. First time it is difficult. Second time it becomes, third time it
Yes.
becomes a routine and
Yes.
casual, right? You feel comfortable, right?
Yes.
So this is a kind of
Yes.
advice because many of them, they find this question very, very, what do you call, unnecessary. I do understand it is one's right. We can also say that it is my right, constitutional right. Will that be a good answer? Cannot be right.
No, sir. It won't be.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody tells you are sitting on the other side, how do you feel about it? So they never
No,
do that.
I'll not feel good, sir.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Sure,
And
sir.
you can understand a person with 30, 40 years of experience, 5 people put together 200 years, right? All the kind of people who are born even before independence will be there. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
better to,
Yes.
they make our words very, means you can't do that in a casual discussion. So when you note down, you write it down, your answer, then you can fine tune them. And I tell you, I will be putting your name in my PT26 broadcast list. So whenever you wanted to communicate anything to me, either by verbal, voice message, or you get it in writing to me, and we are here, myself, KingMakers R&D, we will sit down, we will work it out questions for you. And any tricky questions you want, that's a tricky question, will come. Certainly take it from me. Somebody
Yes,
will
sir.
ask.
Yes.
Particularly the chairman,
Yes.
quite likely will ask. And the chairman is very important person, you are aware. He is the person who finally makes the big decision. Others are panel members for us, but according to UPSC norms, they are only advisors. The moment the person goes out, the chairman will turn to them and say, how much we can give, 40%. They will always talk in terms of 40%. I don't know the current trend in 2-3 years. Earlier, it used to be like that, 40, 50%, 60%.
Yes, a percentage only.
Yeah, there's a percentage only they speak. So they'll speak about 50%. This
Yes.
guy is very good, we'll give him 60. Then somebody will be good enough and bold enough to talk to him saying that, sir, he is IAS material. We can give him more marks so that he get into IAS. So then say, sir, 200. Then they'll talk about 60%. And automatically, if it is 60%, they go nearer to 200. Somebody will say, sir, 62, 63, 65. That is how we get the support from them. Right? This enlisting of the support requires the eye contact, keeping them in loop while we are discussing. And the eye contact also helps whenever we are giving an answer which is not acceptable to the board. Because he is sitting there for the entire week, the board, Monday through Friday, same board. Next week, it changes. So when you sit through the board, now they have an experience. Every day they meet 12 candidates. So he will immediately show his own body language. Like a person like me will immediately, a lot of body language will be there. So I will indicate, what are you doing? So
Yes.
then we, rephrase
Yes.
our answers. That is the most important advantage of keeping eye contact with others. But the most important
Yes, sir.
person, often you look at and see, is chairperson. Similarly, whenever they are engaging themselves in discussion, don't get distracted. Don't look at them. You give your answer. Because that's the way it has to. Sometimes they want to test your patience. Particularly when we are asking for only 1 or 2 surveys, this aspect will be very, very important. Well, and you hail from
Yes.
Maharashtra. So I have
Yes, sir.
a few questions about Maharashtra to ask you. What is the level of agriculture distress and the water management issues in Maharashtra?
So, sir, if we see the economy of Maharashtra, the rural part of Maharashtra is agriculture driven. But if we see in last decade or so, we have seen huge amount of agricultural distress and climate change induced disasters. Even this year also, we have seen drought in some parts of Maharashtra. At the same time, is floods in the parts of Solapur and Marathwada region, which has forced government to give agriculture package so as to elevate the distress of distress of farmers in Maharashtra. Sir.
Very good. If you were a district collector in Maharashtra, say in Marathwada region, or say you are in Saurashtra region of Gujarat, because they are all highly distressed, right? Agriculture. Even there are some part
Yes,
of
sir.
Telangana and Andhra, right? In that case, if you are a district collector, you wanted to focus on agriculture. How you will do it? A situational question.
Sir, being a district collector in such areas where agriculture distress is there, the role of district administration would be to spread awareness among the farmers about what quality of soil they are having and what types of crops are best suited to the soil.
Right.
After that means we are having scheme like soil health card which we can put forth. The soil can be tested and the appropriate crops can be advised to them through our agriculture department, sir. Agriculture extension services can be provided through various mediums like newspaper, TV, pamphlets, agriculture department.
You are you are rewriting your mains exam again with the introduction,
Okay.
then points for discussion, elaborating them, then coming here. We don't have that kind of a luxury in an interview. You know
Okay,
pretty well.
sir.
You will have five people, and you need to allow them to grill you. You give the best of your
Yes,
answer.
sir.
Try to make your answers. Try to reduce them to 40 seconds. It's an ideal less
Okay.
than 40 seconds. Sometimes the
Yes, sir.
question you need to be longer. You need to do. And I will always suggest keep your answers in kind of packages. Like one package after another package. If it doesn't satisfy, you come out with supplementing answers. Second supplement, third supplement. It should not be like a train where the engine enters, all the 21 compartment has to go through, good or bad or ugly.
Okay.
Right? That's you.
Okay.
I'm giving you that analogy so that it will help you to make your answers crisp and sharp. In a
Yes, sir.
mock or in one-on-one, we can discuss, but not here, right? Sometimes you get only
Yes.
30
Yes, sir.
minutes to do it. So everybody will get about 5 minutes.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
five questions. Imagine.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes the people will be going
Yes,
on
sir.
giving lectures
Yes.
instead of asking a question. Then you'll go back to them
Yes.
with apological tone, saying, "Sir, I could not understand everything. So could you kindly rephrase your question?" Then they'll ask you in one line. That also, puts us in uncomfortable position. But that sometimes is wantonly done, sometimes not intentional. Many times it is unintentional. So you make it brief. Whatever you're saying is right, but get into the matters. Like if I ask
Sure.
three things that you can do, you can straight away mention your, your
Okay.
awareness about the program through all means. There is no need for I go through VAO. Then next question, if I ask, you should leave some space, right? How will you create awareness? Today, awareness, a lot of things are being done. But only thing is ultimately how the benefits reach the farm, right? Isn't it? Whether it is the insurance, or whether it is inputs, credit, everything. How does it reach? Many issues, we listen here that they they are, committing suicide, not only because of the failure of the crop, but because distress. They know pretty well that whatever they are hoping will not happen. That is one of the reasons, right? That you can always mention because it doesn't
Yes.
affect anybody. It doesn't affect the government. The system, right? The system,
Yes,
there is
sir.
a discussion. Then you can mention, sir, my first, you said awareness, creating awareness among the farmers. The number of schemes that will create awareness. Number two, I'll see that I'll make a dashboard for every scheme and enroll all those farmers, eligible farmers under the scheme. So I will know in my dashboard, I'll touch because of my computer knowledge, I'll be able to advise my subordinates as to the focus areas, focus person, right? That I will be able to do it. Leveraging technology is very, very important in solving. And number three is that something else, whatever it comes to your mind, right? The
Sir,
making
your voice is
subordinate.
cracking.
Ah,
Can you allow?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your means I'm not able to. The connection seems unstable, sir.
Oh, right. From my side, it
Now
seems to be all
now
right.
it's better, sir. Now it's better.
Yeah, sometimes because
No,
I'm
no,
sitting in
now it's
Bangalore,
better.
I'm sitting in Bangalore here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally I will be in Chennai. There the connections are better.
Okay.
There, a new place. Okay, fine.
Okay.
So if you mentioned that three, so for example, I'll ask what are the benefits, three benefits of AI. Just to straight away get into saying, not saying that the AI is going to be stay with us. It is not here. It already has come. Like all those who was responsible for AI, how it is being spreading its tentacle. All those things are relevant, but not too irrelevant, too relevant. Then you need to say, sir, yes, our automation of workflow in industries, in individuals, that's very important. And the AI will be helpful in government, in governance, in respect of making it popularizing the scheme, enrolling the people, and ensuring the benefits go to the deserved ones. But AI can easily help. isn't it? Then you can mention the AI can do a revolution in the education level is concerned, if it is positively used. Instead of, you're telling, whatever you're telling is relevant, but if you mention about three, then it's always,
Yes,
hit the
sir.
nail on the head. Straight away tell 3 points. When you say immediately, sir, when my focus area as collector will be education, health, and basic amenities like water supply, everything. And always you try to
Yes.
express yourself in favor of what is called the women, in favor of underprivileged people, because that is your
Yes, sir.
way in which you exhibit your civil servant quality. That's the way they also infer, right? In your question, you can always say that, sir, when it comes to my knowledge, the farmers, I'll try to first of all take a list of all the small marginal farmers. So credit is very important, right? The credit flow is not there in
Yes,
any
sir.
way. Despite of all these things, we have problems
Yes, sir.
because farmers themselves are not properly submitting the document. Our system says, somebody says, why you didn't give the loan? He will say, sir, he has not given the collateral. When there is a rule for a collateral, you cannot, question the officer, bank officer or cooperative society personnel. So that we need to make some amendments. I'm thinking making a leverage of technology. Today it is possible because we have citizen service centers are there. We can make it accessible to them so that our officers are also educated to that extent. They still remain in 50s and 60s. It is, the way in which we recruit them at the lower level is horrible. I don't know about your state. In Tamil Nadu, we'll have, if they have got more knowledge in Tamil language, they get recruited as a junior assistant. We are not going to test the language
Yes,
skill
sir.
there. Same is the case with
Yes, sir.
Hindi, same is the case with Punjabi, whatever be that. Good. But our
Yes.
writing skill regarding drafting, regarding understanding a social issue, that is not been there. Previously, we used to be very careful about it. You get an experience for 3 years, then only you become suitable. We may be suffering with such people in our home. Even in your own area, you will find them. Your UDC or
Yes, sir.
UDC clerks, you tell them either they are
Yes, sir.
do not have what you call expertise knowledge, or they don't want to cooperate.
Yes, sir.
That you don't complain about situation. You can explain the position that is available. Right? Fine. Well, now you you studied political science and international relations, but
Yes,
I
sir.
don't understand an engineer instead of going for engineering subject as optional. Why this political science and higher you have taken as optional?
So basically, when I embarked on this journey of civil services, I find interest into the politics, constitution of India, and the international relations part. That's why I have taken this option, sir.
You can mention it. You can say also, when I did a specific area in engineering, you don't get that particular branch. And engineering, you can mention, engineering is a very vast subject, sir. That's why I chose this. And also,
Yes, sir.
it gives me, what do you call, I cannot confine myself to one engineering subject, which is more or less an exact science. But here, when I understand the dynamics of what you call social sciences, then only I understand that the same thing cannot be applied. The engineering process cannot be applied. Here it is different, inexact. Many of them may give reverse impact. So that is how I am reading every day international relations, because the dynamics are going on changing. And when I become an engineer, I
Yes.
will be confining myself to a private sector, contributing to mostly to a private uh, institution or private sector. Here,
Company.
yeah, companies. Instead, I will be we'll be able to give our might to the government service, public. There,
Yes.
I myself have a lot of scope to develop myself, get a lot of knowledge, contribute meaningfully to the growth trajectory of India. I'll be a part of the development story of India. I wanted to be the part of Vikshit Bharat. So that is why I have chosen the subject. So my
Yes.
knowledge should be vast in all the subjects. Otherwise, it will be difficult to write a good essay. You can mention that. That's a very practical sense. Nothing wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes.
There is no bad question in UPSC interview. Only bad answers. Question can be anything. How you reply them is very important. Whenever voice breaks, please raise your hand. I can understand and talk to you. So no problem.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So whenever you get problems, you kindly raise your hand, because I'm not able to judge from
Yes, sir.
here whether you are listening,
Yes, sir.
whether there's a voice crack. Because
Yes,
just to raise
yes.
your hand, and I'll be able to
Sure,
understand quickly body language. Fine.
sure,
And
sure,
this
sure.
political science you can always mention, sir. I'm able to understand economics better. Because of the political background, I'll be able to economics. Today, everything is around a political issue, right? So dynamism is today's economy is a political economy. Environment is also political science. International level, when we deal with it, it is not just relationship between the countries. Diplomacy is extending, soft, hard diplomacy is there. So quite a lot of very interesting things are happening. And today, what's happening between
Yes,
India and USA, the USA, so China and USA, all these things are quite interesting. And, the dynamics are so vast that you can mention. Right?
yes, sir.
Very good.
Sure, sir.
And today, as a student of political science, you'll feel that inequality is on the increase all over the world, especially in India. Can you tell me some three things by which we can address inequalities?
So as to address inequality, the three things which we can do is first is having a refined tax system on the corporates, industrialists, and high net worth individuals. Second would be investing in health, means basic services like health, education, basic amenities, so that the people who are at the lower rung or at the bottom of pyramid can get better opportunities to increase their finances. And third thing would be have a transparent governance system so that everyone gets to raise their grievances and get a adequate response from the government, sir.
Very good. Fine. All the three things are very good. Fine. You can always impress upon, when earlier I mentioned about the downtrodden, focus. You can always mention the education and health need to be focused on the underprivileged groups. Don't mention
Yes,
about any particular category like scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, Adivasis. Don't, because that may create some confusion. Instead of it, you can say economically, educationally backward people, underprivileged community, they need to be given more focus, and women.
yes, sir.
That is the
Yes,
way we need to take, we need to harvest. We are in the cusp of harvesting the demographic dividend.
yes, sir.
Leaving out 50% of women, it is definitely difficult for us to achieve that. So Nari Shakti is
Yes,
becoming very important, that you can mention. We need to give them that focus. And here, the women are somewhat well off in urban and semi-urban areas. But in rural areas, villages, they still do not have access to education. So that need to be our focus. That when you mention, you just give a little orientation, like a sociologist, you give little orientation. You studied social issues, right? Like that.
yes,
When you
yes,
mention the employment, unemployment is also a major problem. When inequality comes where there is an what is known as a income and what you call wealth.
wealth, yes,
These two factors are very important. You can say, sir, we cannot create creating wealth, as Amartya Sen, Lomal narrates said, is not enough. It's a distribution of wealth. Distribution cannot happen by always through universal basic income schemes. It can normally, easily can happen when everybody is educated and everybody is employed gainfully.
yes, sir.
Right? They are not dependent. So when they are gainfully employed, you can see the standards of life will go on par with developed nations like USA or European countries. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
like my answer?
Yes, sir.
It need not be exactly the same because I'm talking like a teacher. That is different. You incorporate whatever modification you can do.
Sure.
Don't try
Yes.
to simply you can how to change it in your own style. But
Yes, sir.
the keywords are very important. I always expect people because they'll be expecting something. Income inequality, wealth inequality. We don't worry about wealth inequality, right? One will have 50 houses, another doesn't have anything. That is secondary level. The first is income to meet the
Yes,
three
sir.
basic needs of an human being. That
Yes, sir.
provides you a man with kind of not confined to in tax days alone. But yes, what you said is very relevant. Tax should be really, but what we are doing the other way around, right? That we cannot complain because sometimes the system need to work like that. There are the people who say that unless you generate wealth, how do you distribute?
Yes,
The
sir.
other group will say you are generating wealth which goes in the hands of you. What is the purpose? Both are right.
Sure.
If
Yes,
you
sir.
look at both points are right.
Yes.
Fine. Then what is your undergraduate mentioned?
Mechanical engineering, sir.
Mechanical engineering. How do you think your knowledge in mechanical engineering will be useful in governance and administration?
Being a mechanical engineer, I could contribute to various sectors of administration.
Good.
First would be leadership and team management, sir. In administration, also, it works as a team where the skills which I learned from mechanical engineering could be useful. Second would be problem solving attitude, sir, which I have learned in mechanical. So we
Basically, in
think,
every engineering, first of all, we make a problem statement.
yes, sir.
Then we break them how the issues can be sorted out. Then use
Yes, sir.
technology, knowledge, resources. This is a simple way
Yes,
of telling engineering, right? Then you can say the same
yes,
thing is available in the government also. So my knowledge in
yes,
engineering can be easily applied in every walk of administration today because it is becoming more digitalized. Technology is spread. No longer all the file pushing games are there.
yes,
More
sir.
than that today administration. So you can always say, sir, mechanical will be useful. And quite a lot of you can mention about there are certain departments which are dependent on mechanical engineers. Those areas will be contributing very well. Say, for example, PWD, Public Works Department, or Highways Department, or Water Supply, right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, everywhere you will find huge mechanical devices are being used. So you can mention that both direct knowledge and also indirect knowledge that we have learned from engineering can be applied. So I think
Yes,
never get belittled, never get your voice down.
yes,
Don't try to defend, like over defend. You can say, sir,
yes,
this is the way it is.
yes,
Somebody may even from that comment, they may give a comment. No, we'll find most of the engineers are not suitable. Don't, it's not your duty to defend engineers or IRS or IAS.
yes,
Our
yes,
duty is to get 200 marks.
yes, sir.
See the just 200 straight, nothing else. This is how I always ask people. Don't try to defend
Yes,
anybody. Just give a sheepish smile. Get out from
yes,
that
sir.
kind of a net. There are some people who get out of emotion. They think they need to answer everything. Not necessary. Where there is a
Yes,
need to being keep, where is a silence is the rule. If you are talking, it's a crime.
yes, sir.
When where there is a need to speak, silence is a crime. Isn't it?
Yes,
So
yes,
some this emotional balance is very much required today. That is very much lacking, right? IQ
yes,
100%. EQ is a difficult one. So if you
yes,
exhibit that EQ very well in you, I think your scope of getting your 200 bucks will be very easy.
yes, sir.
What was your score last time?
So 163.
163. Imagine you got 200.
Yes, sir. I would not have been giving this interview.
Yeah. Perhaps you'll be sitting along with me in my mock
Yes,
interview. At the late, because I
maybe.
need somebody who has done the latest, right? I don't want to have,
Yes,
I may have knowledge, but somebody who went latest. You are a
yes,
hero, a latest hero. I'm got a lot of information, but unlike you who sat in the last interview, then you made it 200. You made it 210,
yes,
right? You are in I. Then everybody will be inviting you by this time. Don't worry.
yes,
This
sir.
time,
Yes.
in take it from me that way 2026, all the academies will invite you to give a talk.
Thank you, sir. Thank
By
you.
the time,
Sir,
when you,
actually, what happened, 2024, I have given interview in 2024,
yeah,
the starting. So I got very little time, like 15 to 20 days. My interview was in the initial period
yeah,
on 9th of January. And this was my first interview. So I had to work from scratch, all the things like from having shirt, suit,
who
and
was your
from,
board chairman? Who was your
yes,
board
yes, yes.
chairman?
And Suman Sharma, ma'am.
So some of them are, they have their own prejudices. They carry with that. I'm not blaming anybody. You have prejudice, I do have, right? Everybody will have it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
yes, yes,
sometimes they have too much, saying already he is in service. Why do you give him more mark to elevate him? This
yes, sir.
guys will be progressing for 7 years. India is suffering. You heard about what this Sanjay, our former the economic advisor, no? He spoke.
Yes, yes,
Sanjay
yes,
Sanyal. Then somebody will be fan of Sanjay Sanyal. He will come and make that comment. Somebody will talk
yes,
about
sir.
what Shashi Tharoor said, right? All this kind of thing will be there, particularly these aged people. I myself
Yes,
don't
sir.
tolerate because I'm young in that sense. I'm always moving with students.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes.
why I'm young. Because it happens naturally. So try to manage them. How do you do it? You will be able to do that. And I'll do the handholding for you and a few people till you complete your last day of interview. So
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
either giving you inputs in the form of question and answer, board question, board answer, like that I'll do every day. And whatever doubts raised by people, because it's only a broadcast group, no interaction among yourself. Whatever you write comes to me, right? Then I will
Yes,
see that if it is fit enough for an individual reply, I give you individual reply. If it is fit enough, a common question that can go for everybody, then I'll put it in the group. So you are
okay.
always free to call Kingmakers for preparing 100 questions on your DAP because you may not have time to do that. They will do it. And as regards the dress,
Yes,
the way in which you go, sit down, people will give you a lot of tips. But I tell you, these days they are all not given a lot of importance unless it shows there is a carelessness on your part. I don't care what is it. That type of a person, unwelcome for them. Right?
mm,
That I don't think we do that. But somebody saying, sit like this, sit like that, don't raise your hand. Yes, it's all very, very cruel. That's not correct.
yes,
There is no prescription
yes,
for even wearing a suit and coat. You can
yes,
wear whatever you want. But when there is no dress code, it makes you to see how you dress. In service also, we don't have dress code. But in a group, you should look like a collector. In a group, you should be identified as an IAS officer. How? What your demeanor, sometimes the way in which you dress, the way in which you look at people, the talk, that distinguishes you from others. They look forward whether such distinguishing features are available. Is it you're making some drama or you're really making it is ingrained in you, it comes out as a kind of a habit. So your honesty, integrity, right? Suppose there is a
yes, sir.
lot of questions can be asked, tricky questions. Right? I can ask you a question like that. If your brother-in-law is there in a selection group, you are also sitting as the chairman of the committee. Your brother-in-law is getting almost like to be cleared in the group. Will you select him or leave out him? Why?
Sir, in this situation, the best course of action for me would be to recuse myself from the committee because anyway, if I select him or I reject him, there would be conflict of interest, and there would be both fingers pointing at me at both the circumstances, sir.
Very good. Suppose you don't get that kind of a what do you call luxury like a judicial officer. You are under compulsion to do it.
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
So, sir, in such scenario, I'll try to reduce my role, or I can have
No,
a
you
third
cannot reduce. You are
party.
the chairperson. Your
Okay, so
ultimate
I'll be
call
the
will
main
be
person.
yourself, right?
Okay. So in such situations, sir, the best part would be to have accountability and transparency.
Mm.
Whatever favoring points and against point, I will have it in the document, and I'll publish it also if anyone raises complaints.
Now, you can always say that ultimately the entire team committee finds him more suitable. And according to my mind also is doing really good. Then naturally I will select him. Notwithstanding whether he's my brother-in-law, son-in-law, whatever be the relationship. But when it comes to the question of delivering goods, there is no kind of a compromise. See, sometimes
Yes,
running away from our duty, that may not be a
yes, sir.
right solution. But sit
Yes,
in
sir.
the position and take a right direction. Not worried about what others talk about you. Right? That the way in
Yes,
which
sir.
you express. If you are very doubtfully expressing it, they don't accept it. You confidently
Yes,
say,
sir.
sir, if he is good, what is my this thing? I have no hesitation selecting. As long as I know how to defend myself, there are proper this thing.
Yes, sir.
That is where the conflict of interest comes. Either I should be able to get out from that. If my duty doesn't permit me to do that like a judicial officer, then my job is to do it neat. When he comes first, then I have to select him.
Yes,
Because of somebody will be complaining, I cannot run away from my responsibility. Do you
yes, sir.
agree? Do you like that answer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's the way we'll have to go about it. Now, we'll come to the third phase, your questions.
Okay, sir. So, sir, basically, the question, the most important question, and they can ask me initially only that why means why you are reappearing here into comfortable service.
Yes.
So that means my answer would be, sir, whenever
Mm,
I have started the preparation, I wanted to become IS officer, and I come from a rural area. Both of my parents are into government service. I
mm,
have seen them contributing to the people,
good.
contributing to the life, positively contributing to the lives of the people. So I also want to do the same role in my life also.
Good.
And talking about like from IRS to IS, it's my right, and means I have been I have put 1 year investment into it, uh, and it's my passion to work for the people, which I think that IS gives me a wide platform. A
Good.
lot of diversity is there, a lot of challenges
Whatever
are.
you are giving the last, normally it happens, when you prepare more, you know what answer to come first. So you can say, sir, in an administrative canvas, IAS and IPS, they provide for more of this thing because, first of all, it belongs to a kind of all India service where you are attached to one particular state. So that you can mention. That very
Yes,
meaningful contribution, you can do it. Here also it is
yes, sir.
possible today, everybody IRS Krishna. I worked under IRS Krishnamurthy when he was chief election commissioner. I cannot
Oh,
say, no, well, I'm IAS, I have done election, you have not done it. Can I say that? No. Today,
no.
everywhere, anybody can sit and do that. Things
Yes,
have
sir.
changed. But you can mention, sir. It put me on a better pedestal, both for developing my knowledge, developing myself, fulfilling my parents' dreams, and also ultimately I can meaningfully contribute to the development of India. I want to be a part of the Vikshit Bharat 2047. So this is the crucial stage. I want to be a part of the India's development story, development history. So in India development history, I want to be a part of it. Even in IRS, I can contribute. But here, it will take long time for me to get into a policy making decision. However, this kind of a focused work like a collector is possible still only in IAS. That is why I'm just thinking about it, but I'm very fine with my IRS. You know pretty well they are not going to decide. They only want your good
Yes.
answer. They are not
Yes,
going
sir.
to decide. They don't know your main mark, right? The only thing is, I always tell them their smiles are very deceptive. They are trained.
Oh.
So they will be very cordial with you, deceptive. Don't believe that.
Mm.
You are the
Mm.
person who should take charge of your life there. You give your answer. Keep a small smile. I'll give you, tomorrow I'll send you these 25 golden rules that I prepared for interview. I'll try to internalize them to whatever is extent possible. So this kind
Yes,
of
sir.
answer, right, where you will talk, it's more of public than more of also say self-development. It gives you more opportunities. But how about ED today? If you talk about power, ED has got more power. So it's not a
Yes, sir.
question of power. It's a more question of opportunities to learn, opportunities to serve. So this, I think, as of now, then somebody will say, no, no, no. You guys are always interested in IAS. You don't want in IRS. Don't try to answer them at all because they don't befit any answer.
Mm.
So I
Yes,
can
sir.
see that you are a person well trained in that art. When you enter into service, many of the time we have to toe on lines with our immediate superior officer or some other superior officer. That is a part of our game. I will call it an evolution, not a revolution.
Yes, sir.
We are not kind of soldiers who go to the field, do or die. We are the people there to put our resistance to do whatever good thing you can do for the service and society and get out of the society, get out of the service after 60 years.
Yes, yes, sir.
This I'm telling you, but we can't tell that. But this is how the answer should come. If you put those
Yes,
things
sir.
in your
Yes,
mind, automatically you know how to internalize it, the answer will come.
yes,
As I said, why an engineer for civil service? Why mechanical engineer? What will contribute? I focus most of your questions on that. I have prepared quite a lot of my PDFs. So I will send them a lot of PDFs, go through them. Earlier
yes,
I
sir.
used to make like an essay. These days I make a small essay than question answer. Because the way in which we need to answer to a panel is totally different.
Yes.
Next question.
Sir, actually, I had some entries into my DAP related to my hobby.
Yeah. But
Uh,
I
so,
didn't ask anything about it. Yeah. Can you
uh,
mention that?
so, sir, means I have changed it actually. Means in that fourth corner, in the other extracurricular activities and interests, I'm mentioning two things, sir. Teaching and mentoring young aspirants of Jammu and Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh as
Mm.
part of voluntary activity, first thing.
Great.
And second
Mm.
would be my interest would be in engaging with stories from Indian epics like Mahabharata and Ramayana. These two entries are there. Sir, if
Very
you
good.
means, should I go ahead with it or
Yes, yes, you
you
can go
means?
ahead. But once you are going ahead, first of all,
Hmm.
you should be confident, comfortable in answering any question there are.
Yes, sir.
What is the learning that you make from epics? After all, they are story.
Yes, sir.
That kind of a question. We should be answering. What do you is the Ramayana? Do you still agree? A lot of things to tell you. Yes, you can say yes, sir. You have
Yes, sir.
every civilization has their own epic. It is Ulysses or it is a this thing you can mention. Like that we have in our own country. It transcends all religion. It is more of a cultural aspect.
Yes.
You can take it's a cultural aspect. Transcends all religious references. It may be anything else, right? So you can mention. Then
Yes,
you
sir.
can mention about what is what makes you to become fond of epics. Beyond its literary value, you can talk about philosophical value. When you go abroad, they first ask you come from the land of Ramayana and Mahabharata.
Yes,
Then
sir.
you need to tell something about your culture, your history. History today is nothing but the culture and the story of the people of yesteryear, not the kings and queens. I said,
Yes, sir.
all things are changing. Yesterday, I prepared,
Yes.
because Prime Minister made a reference to Macaulay's education system.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I made today morning I sat down and made a question answer on that. Yeah. So that
Oh,
if 5 questions I made, 5 answers I made. Hmm. So like that, that will give you more ideas too, because this is exclusive. Interview is little exclusive.
oh,
I have seen
yes, sir.
people who prepare well, they just knock it off 200 marks easily and come out. People, work for very hard, like those who are already working in academies, those who are training people, they easily find out that you are master in one. We are not looking for master in one. Today, you should be jack of all trades and master in one, not master in none. When we were recruited, it was all generalist. Even today, it's only generalist
Yes,
because
yes,
your job demands are different. You are not going to write a code. You are not going to be an general AI, creating vibe code, low code, no code. So they are all, different parameters. Most important is this. Right. Then coming about training youngsters. You can always say, sir, the kind of happiness I'm able to get, everybody will get by training the next generation is immense. I still spend,
yes,
for me, I spend so much of my time on preparing, contributing myself. And whenever somebody gets 200, the kind of happiness I draw is immense. Maybe
yes,
I'm 72 now. I think I live still longer to do that. See,
yes, sir.
that you can, bring about that kind of an emotional happiness you get. It's
Mm,
not material happiness that you should say.
yes,
Not training
yes,
because you have knowledge. No, you have knowledge and you have the capacity to contribute meaningfully for that knowledge. And you are training people from Jammu and Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh. That you can mention. These two areas are a lot of problems are there. Then how do you go about do it? You can say online. You can mention yes, sir, I'm online. How many people you have trained? What are the positions they have reached? Be prepared. If you are going to be very
yes, sir.
vague, I trained a number of people just got into services. If you are able to say, sir, not only me, I am a part of training them, number of people trained, but I had the happiness of seeing some of my training, clearing their what you call entry level exams, whether it's central government or state government services or in private sector. Even you are trying to teach an engineer how to optimize his LinkedIn entry. That's a great service. Many of them, they don't write. If I were there, I will write. I'm a Gen AI specialist coach. So that is what
Yes,
today
sir.
I'm doing, right? I can use 40 apps or so. I spend a lot of money buying, subscribing to apps, developing them, attending classes every day, 3 or 4 hours. So this kind of a thing you say that when I do that, I'm getting happiness.
Yes,
Have some so that you first of all write down everything. Then you know what is not required, you can cut out. Then your answers become crisp. That's the
yes,
technique. Wherever you have a doubt, I'm here to assist you till the last day of the interview.
yes, sir.
Any other question?
Sir, miss, I'll be undergoing training for IRS custom and indirect taxes. So, should I expect questions from that field also, like
Sure,
GST,
sure.
customs?
Exactly. The GST 2.0, they say this, the question will not be like, what is the features of 2.0? You know pretty well. The question will be critical. What is your take on 2.0? You can always say, sir, as far as the people are concerned, general public, they find a lot of relief, particularly people in the what you call, whenever they consume electronic items, we find them cheaper. That allows for
Yes, sir.
a larger penetration of computers, smartphones into our society. It's good. But at the same time, some states have their own complaint that it helps the central government get more than the state. Can you mention some if they ask you? And with your knowledge, you can mention. If you don't have a knowledge, sir, I don't have much knowledge on that. I'm sorry. Because still been preparing myself, so I couldn't concentrate on that. When you mentioned that. No is a good word, not a bad word. I
Yes, sir.
always tell people, I don't know is a very good word. The way in which you politely tell them, I beg to differ. Not a good word to use at all. Why do you use a word like beg to beg? So it puts both of them in a different pedestal. In those days, they used to teach English like that. Today, it's not. Right? You can only say, sir, I'm afraid I'm not able to give you a right answer. Sir, may I take a
Okay.
chance? May I take a chance? Can I reply as per my understanding? Don't you think they are the good mannered way of putting them polite?
Yes, sir.
Right. That you can mention. They may ask you about tax reform. Do you think that this question can come like indirect and direct tax? You can say, sir, the principle is that taxation. Even the French Revolution had the principle, right? They said uh, taxation, no taxation without representation. One of the
Yes, sir.
principles of French Revolution. You may remember that. It's a way of
Yes,
connecting one subject with another. Then
yes,
another
sir.
thing, taxation should be on the shoulders that can bear. So the idea is that more corporate tax should be there than direct taxes should be more
Hmm.
than indirect taxes. But today the
Yes.
little uh, lop, lopsided. But this is not really lopsided. This is a
Hmm.
stopgap arrangement to ensure development of industry. After the corporates develop more income, they are spreading more of their tentacles throughout the world because they are now becoming global brands. Indian brands are becoming global brands. So that you can mention. This is a development. Course of time, automatically you will find a change. And also another thing is, it also indicates that there is a higher consumption. And there is
Yes.
whenever the country goes for a higher local consumption, automatically there will be production will be more, and it's a good for economy, both micro and
Hmm.
macroeconomics. It's good.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you studied in your this thing, and they ask you with your knowledge, you can answer. But make answers very brief. Don't try to put the
Sir.
entire 1 hour knowledge somebody told you. Nothing is gospel truth.
Yes.
Everything is Einstein theory is broken, right? Newton theory is broken. So is my words are broken. Your this thing is broken. Everything, we need to look at a different perspective.
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
No, as of now, sir.
Very good. I'm happy whatever you put the questions are highly relevant and I can understand now a lot of things are running in your mind. Take a piece of paper, write down all those questions, right? And
Yes, sir.
normally what I used to do is I say take some 100 sheets, put your questions on every side, write 1 page answer for it. Then you
Yes, sir.
can make it very crisp. You go through that, refine them. That's the way to easily
Yes, sir.
answer because you can expect at least 50-60% of the question, you can expect the likely question.
Hmm.
If it comes from DAP, it comes
Yes, sir.
from hobby. If hobbies are very good, you retain the same hobby, no issues. Good.
Yes, sir.
But you can tell them how this is very important. That is it.
Yes.
How coaching happens instead of a classroom ambience. Particularly when they are totally helpless, they try to blame the society. They blame their mind becomes so this thing. They think that nobody is there to help and everybody is good. I'm not doing good.
Yes,
So
sir.
naturally, if there is a helping hand without any expectation, like
Hmm.
people like you, then that becomes a meaningful contribution to society that you can mention. So that I get happiness out of that.
Yes, sir.
Somebody will say, no, no, that's all very false. You should take care of yourself now. That is also right in a way, but we are not supposed to give such answers. Keep
Yes,
quiet.
sir.
Give a sheepish smile. I used to use the word sheepish smile. Just keep little smile. Fine.
Hmm.
The chairman or somebody will take care of that. Sometimes they
Yes, sir.
discuss among themselves. Somebody will say, no, no. that is not that way you look at. Among themselves, they can speak. Right? So the cardiology, don't go by the cardiology. Very good.
Yes.
Well, I think with this we'll stop. And my
Okay.
feedback is that you are an excellent candidate. You can make 200 easily, not less than 200. Put it in your mind. I'm going to get 200.
Yes, sir.
And I have everything. I'm going to get Jawahar support all the time. Right? I
Yes, sir.
have that kind of feeling. I just like you are mentoring next generation. It's my duty to mentor you. Like that, we'll do it. And Kingmakers will be available. Our R&D will work out. You can ask them, make some 100 questions for you. They'll make it out. Right? If there is
Okay,
any
sir.
issue, you can bring it to my knowledge. Tomorrow I will have that group, uh, broadcast group.
It will be on WhatsApp.
Yeah, it will be on WhatsApp and Telegram. You are on WhatsApp?
Okay. Yes, sir. I am on WhatsApp, sir.
Most of them are on WhatsApp, so I'll do that on WhatsApp.
Yes. Yes.
This is my feedback for
Sir,
you. You are an excellent candidate. Now it's your time to record your feedback.
sir, I am highly grateful for your time and the guidance, the questions and answers you have given, sir. With your wishes and with your blessings, I'll be hopefully getting 200 and getting into the prestigious IAS service, and will be
Awesome,
positively
awesome,
contributing to the service, sir.
super cool, awesome. Yeah, I'm
Thank
really
you, sir.
happy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll be again meet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye. Goodbye. Sir.